So we know it's a process. People have to be exposed to the truth. That's why we are in this dispensation time told to go out and herald the truth and the doctrine of the kingdom of Yah that has come. So that's what we do. So on this platform, we do judge according to truth those institutions on the planet that hold fast to deception and lies. And that's what we're all here to do. That's our only objective on this platform and many platforms that we come. The foundation of the scriptures is rooted in truth. And that's the platform that Yeshua was on in his dispensation time. He didn't want to cause people to continuously follow along with traditions of men that have been created, founded on ideas that are located in the scriptures. He wanted us to follow the insights that you extract from the eternal ideals of the laws and instructions of Yah from the scriptures. And when you apply them, it manifests righteousness and an environment that transforms your life to live in one that receives nothing but blessings from Yah and not curses. So, that's what we're here to do. This is what we're all about. And that's what we're going to continue to do on this platform, no matter what. So with that out of the way, I'm going to go ahead and share the scripture so we can get into it. So I'm in the Scofield Reference Bible right now, and I am going to read from the book referred to as Revelation, and we are reading chapter 17. And the caption reads, "The doom of Babylon, the harlot, apostate Christendom exerts power over the revived fourth world." And it reads on this wise: "And there came one of the seven angels, which had the seven vials, and talked with me, saying unto me, Come hither, I will show you unto thee the judgment of the great whore that sitteth upon many waters, with whom the kings of the earth have committed fornication, and the inhabitants of the earth have been made drunk with the wine of her fornication. So he carried me away in the spirit into the wilderness, and I saw a woman sit upon a scarlet-colored beast, full of names of blasphemy, having 7 heads and 10 horns. And the woman was arrayed in purple and scarlet color, and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls, having a golden cup in her hand, full of abominations and filthiness of her fornication. And upon her forehead was a name written, Mystery, Babylon the Great, the mother of harlots and the abominations of the earth. And I saw the woman drunken with the blood of the saints and with the blood of the martyrs of Yeshua. And when I saw her, I wondered with great admiration." And the next caption reads, "The harlot overthrown. And the angel said unto me, Wherefore didst thou marvel? I will tell thee the mystery of the woman and the beast that carrieth her, which hath the 7 heads and 10 horns. The beast that thou sawest was and is not, and shall ascend out of the bottomless pit and go into perdition. And they that dwell on the earth shall wonder, whose name were not written in the book of life from the foundation of the world, when they behold the beast that was and is and yet is. And here is the mind which hath wisdom. The 7 heads are 7 mountains on which the woman sitteth. And there are 7 kings. 5 are fallen, and 1 is, and the others not yet come. And when he cometh, he must continue a short space. And the beast that was and is not, even he is the 8th, and is the 7th, and goeth into perdition. And the 10 horns without saweth are 10 kings, which have received no kingdom as yet, but receive the power as kings, 1 hour with the beast. These have one mind, and shall give the power and strength unto the beast." All right, so it's a lot to unpack in the scripture, so we're going to go ahead and start from the beginning. Now, just like it was written in the GBT, God, the Black Man, and Truth. The Great Whore, ultimately, like it's stated here, is referred to as Babylon, the Great, okay, the mother of harlots, the abominations of the earth. And, this harlot, like the father recounted, is essentially the modern day papistry of Rome. It's the modern day Catholic Church, okay? And, this modern day papistry is essentially creating and giving strength to the beast, okay? And this beast is essentially the political systems or the governmental institutions and nations of the planet, okay? All these nations that are governed by this ideology that started Rome, okay? And when it says that, this beast, it committeth fornication, with the whore, it means that, these nations have essentially married and brought themselves under the umbrella of the institution of the Roman Catholic Church, okay? But the Roman Catholic Church isn't just the Catholic Church that resides in Italy. It really represents a branch of the quote unquote Christendom or the papistry that is present on the earth today. So that apostate church is really the whole of Christianity. And Christianity is, is the largest religion on the planet today. It has almost 3 billion people that fall under the banner of Christendom. Okay, it's 2.4, 2.5 billion people. And that's under the top three of the denominations of Christianity. The top three banners of Christianity, Christendom. Okay, and that's the Roman Catholic Church, which established itself, back in Constantine's time. And, then you have the East Orthodox Church, okay? And then you also have the, Protestant Church, which, established itself in the 15th century during the Protestant Reformation. And that, that came out of Europe as well. Specifically, it started in Germany, but now it's spread all across the planet. But under these three major denominations, you have the majority of Christendom, and the majority of people, it has the most people that believe in and worship a specific religion on the planet, which is Christianity. But the start and the root of it was the Catholic Church in Rome. We've talked about this on the platform before. Under Constantine first, he went ahead and, they say he had a vision of the cross when he was at battle, and when he believed in it, it essentially caused him to be victorious in battle against his enemies. And at that point, he made a decision to, cause all of Rome at that time to come under one banner of Christianity. He became the first official Christian leader of the Roman authority. And then in 325 CE, in the Council of Nicaea, they made a decision to bring all of, the quote unquote bishops from all the surrounding churches so that they can consolidate their original belief system into, from different pagan gods into one chief god, which was, Jesus Christos at that time, which the world refers to and knows now as Jesus the Christ. And at that point, they said, we're going to have this one major religion moving forward. And this is going to be the manner of worship, the belief system, the denominations, all that. And anything else is going to be heresy. And so at that point, all the quote unquote Greek and Roman temples that worshiped and were dedicated to other gods, they just was converted into synagogues and churches. And now everybody was worshiping Jesus. So they, established themselves first as this great, apostate church. And as this blossomed and it spread all across the planet today. But this is the the whore that he's referring to, which is associated with Babylon the Great, which is the major offshoot of that belief system. You know, this specific marriage of the political system, Rome, and the harlot itself, which is the church. Okay. And like it's stated over here, when the angel was revealing to John, or they refer to John the Revelator, was revealing and breaking down his vision. And he said that, you know, the 7 heads of 7 mountains, but, you know, biblically, mountains represent a multitude of people or nations. Okay. And, you know, this whore or this apostate church, for the most part, is giving power to the beast. All right, because she sitteth on top of the beast. So you got the political systems, but the beast is kind of like fueling. I mean, the church is fueling this beast. Okay, and you had 7 kings, and you had, you know, the 7 heads, and it said that the 7 kings, on one head represented the 10 horns. Okay. And these 10 horns are 10 kings. And, you know, these 10 kings, you know, have received a lot of power from this, you know, specific apostate church, this whore. But, you know, the power that is coming from this beast is coming directly as a source from this belief system, Christianity, which all major, you know, quote unquote, first world European countries fall under the banner of Christianity. And what I want to do is go to another chapter, which gives more insight into, you know, who exactly is this whore that's spoken of in Revelation, which is in chapter 13. And I'm gonna read the caption. It says, the rise and reign of the beast and the false prophet. It says, the beast out of the sea, the deadly womb healed. And I stood upon the sand of the sea and saw a beast rise up out of the sea, having 7 heads, 10 horns, and upon his horns 10 crowns, and upon his head the name of blasphemy. And the beast which I saw was like unto a leopard, and his feet were as the feet of a bear, and his mouth as the mouth of a lion. And the dragon gave him his power and his seat and great authority. And I saw one of his heads as he were wounded to death, and his deadly wound was healed. And all the world wondered after the beast. So this is also referring to that same beast, which is the political systems of this dispensation time. It's not just talking about the political systems in ancient times, even though the idea starts there, because Rome was like the last major captivity before you get to this modern day captivity, which started out of Europe under the papacy of Rome, but then eventually spread to America. And now America becomes this great harlot, which is allegorically referred to in the scriptures as Babylon the Great. Okay. But this great beast, who is described as, you know, looking like a leopard and having fever bear in the mouth of the lion. And it refers to this dragon that is giving this beast power and great authority. This dragon is allegorically the harlot that's spoken of in Revelation 17. But the dragon is speaking of specifically this Christian apostate church,